Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for your time and joining us in this webinar. It is good to see so many familiar names again so soon. I am Raymond, technical support of Salvation Data. We're so excited to be here and announce the release of two new products of ours. They are DRS Preview of Computer Forensics and SPA Mobile Forensics. So during this webinar, we would like to take this opportunity to introduce and share with you guys what these two new products are capable of and what kind of problems they can help you to deal with. And as usual, if anything is not clear for you, or if you have anything that you want to ask, please leave your questions through the webinars console. Okay, now let's get started. So the first new product we are going to talk about today is the SPA, Smartphone Forensic Triage Acquisition System. This is a brand new mobile forensic product of Salvation Data, and we are really excited to share this new release with all of you guys. So let's see what kind of problems this new product can help you to solve. SPA Smartphone Forensic Triage Acquisition System is a mobile forensic system specially designed for field investigation and quick smartphone data acquisition. It is a user-friendly forensic tool, especially for non-technical personnel. SPA can help investigators acquire evidentiary smartphone data with very easy operation steps. SPA supports most of the smartphone operating systems, including Android, iOS, and BlackBerry OS. It can extract basic information such as contacts, phone calls, or short messages. It can also go deeper for the app data from most of the popular applications such as Skype, Twitter, and WhatsApp, and so on. So comparing with our all-in-one mobile forensic system, SPF, SPA has many distinguishing advantages. Firstly, we can confidently say that this is a foolproof forensic tool. Anyone can get familiar on how to use it within just 1 or 2 hours of practice. And later I will show you how easy it is to extract data from a smartphone with SPA. And secondly, SPA can extract valuable smartphone data in a real simple process within just a couple of minutes, making it the perfect tool for field investigation where investigators may be faced with a large number of smartphones and very limited time to gather information from them. And what's more, all the data you have acquired with SPA can be documented in a forensic report and saved to be analyzed in the future. Okay, now let's see in details what great features SPA has. First, most importantly, is its wide supporting range. The SPA supports to extract smartphone data from Android, iOS, and BlackBerry OS. We all know that today Android and iOS alone have already taken up almost 99% of the smartphone operating system market. So basically, we can say that SPA can support almost all of the smartphones you encounter in the market. And the system will automatically detect the model of the phone when you're connecting the phone to your computer. The only thing you need to do is to select what information you want from the phone. So again, it is a very easy to use forensic system. Quick acquisition for basic smartphone data. Smart SPA can acquire basic smartphone data in a real simple way. Information such as contacts, phone calls, short messages can be extracted with just a few simple clicks, and the whole process takes no more than 5 minutes for most of the Android phones. In order to extract the smartphone data, the only restriction is that for Android phones, USB debugging must be turned on, and for iOS phones, the PC must be trusted. Deep acquisition for smartphone app data. In case the investigators wants to go deeper for app information, SPA can also provide the options to extract valuable evidentiary data from a lot of popular apps such as Skype, Twitter, and WhatsApp, and more, giving you access to the contact lists, the conversation records, and so on. And SPA is not only an extraction tool, it is also integrated with SQLite database recovery technology. So deleted smartphone data can be recovered automatically during the extraction process. This feature will be extremely helpful if sometimes the suspects try to delete important records on their phones. Forensic report and upload. And finally, SPA provides great flexibility on how to deal with the data extracted from a phone. You can choose to generate a forensic report. The report will include all the data you have extracted from this phone, such as contacts, phone calls, and anything else you have extracted from the phone. Or you can also upload these data to a cloud server to save what you have extracted to a law enforcement cloud database. Or if you wish to analyze the extracted data with other digital forensic tools, the extraction results can also be imported into our all-in-one forensic system SPF to do the analysis. So this is the main features of SPA. So now all of you guys must be wondering what this new product really is. So I'm going to give you guys a simple demonstration of the product. Now we'll start the system. And now I'm going to connect a phone. And as I just introduced, the phone for Android phones, USB debugging must be allowed. And when you are first opening up the system here, we can see the guidance on how to connect a smartphone and turn on the USB debugging. If you are not familiar with the operations, you can check for the guidance. And now I'm going to connect a phone. It will be just a minute. Okay, now we can see that once I have connected the smartphone, the model is automatically being detected by the system. Now all we have to do is to select what information you wish to extract from the phone. We have the basic built-in applications such as device details, installed apps, the contacts list, the phone calls, and many other information. And we also have some third-party apps to extract data from. The social chat such as Skype, WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook. So all these applications, you just click on them and to select the information. In this example, let's try to extract the Skype, WhatsApp, and Twitter information from this phone. Now with the information selected, you just press start to start the process, and now we'll wait just for maybe a couple of minutes for the process to complete. And now we can see how quick it is for the SPA to extract data from this phone. Usually this process only takes about 1 minute or even less. Okay, now let's wait for the process to complete. Okay, now the process is complete. So now the system will automatically switch to the triage window. Here you can see, here's the display of the acquisition results. You can see what you have acquired from this phone. Here we have the built-in basic information from this phone. We have the device details, the system version of this phone, the vendor, this is a Samsung model, the serial number, the operating system, the model, and the IMEI. And also this system will tell you what apps were installed in this phone. Of course, you can sort these records by name or by other options. You can also see the contact lists, the phone calls and short messages. And of course, we can also search for keywords here. So these are the basic informations, and as we just selected some of the application records, here we have extracted data from Skype, WhatsApp, and Twitter. The system will give you information on the contact lists and your conversation records. You can see here are two different colors marking the records. There are white ones and there is a red color. The red color means that the record is somehow deleted or lost, and the system managed to recover the data from this phone. Here is also an icon indicates that this is a deleted record. Okay, so this is what we have extracted from the phone. And also, when you have finished your extraction process, you can also save the extraction results by exporting a report by pressing here, reporting. You can give this report a title, organization, and some other case-related information, and you choose a save path. Let's save to this folder named report and press start. Then the system will save all the extracted results in the forensic report. The reporting is in the format of HTML, and you can view all the results here in this report. Okay, and now let's try another phone, another smartphone that has no root access. Let's see how the system works with a phone without root access. Sorry, just a minute. Let me switch a smartphone. This is actually my personal smartphone. It does not have root access. Let's see how the system works with this one. Okay, now let's just try to extract information from this phone. Now, one thing you must keep in mind is that because this phone is not rooted, has no root access, so the system will try to install a small plugin into the smartphone, and you will need to allow the phone to install this small plugin with your smartphone in order for the for the system to extract valuable evidentiary data from the phone. So when you are extracting data from a smartphone without root access, you must pay attention to the smartphone. Now, as we can see, this is also working well for unrooted smartphones. The process goes very quickly. It took just maybe less than 1 minute to complete the process. We can extract the information also from smartphones without root access. Okay, so this is our first new product, this SPA smartphone forensic triage acquisition system. So we will take a 5 minutes break to give you guys a minute to raise your questions if you have any. So if you have any questions, please leave your questions through the webinars console. We will begin to introduce you the next new product released in about 5 minutes. Okay, guys, thanks for your interest in our products. We are seeing many of your questions asked. So in the end of this webinar, we will choose as many questions as possible to answer you in time. But of course, we will answer all of your questions. If we do not have enough time, we will follow up the emails to answer your questions. Okay, now next, let's take a look at our computer forensic new product, DRS Preview. I think most of you are already very familiar with our DRS data recovery system, which is one of our most popular product, known for its capability of dealing with almost all sorts of hard disk problems and recover its data. But anyway, before we are introducing DRS Preview, let's first review what DRS is capable of. DRS data recovery system is the next generation all-in-one forensic data recovery tool which can help you to acquire and recover data from not only good but also damaged storage media like HDD. DRS is integrated with main functions such as disk diagnostics, disk imaging, file recovery, file carving, firmware recovery, reporting, write protection, and hash calculation. More functional features such as fragment recovery, RAID automatic reconstruction, a breakpoint resume have been included in DRS as well. So basically, DRS is the all-in-one solution for computer data recovery and digital forensics. It provides investigators with solutions to get data back from almost all the data lost situations for the computer platform. And what's more, DRS is not only a simple data recovery tool, it is also strictly designed to be a digital forensic system. It works in a forensically sound manner with forensic features such as physical and logical read-only. Storage media directly connected to the DRS port is protected by a physical write blocker, avoiding any modification made to the original data source. And preliminary diagnostics and report, forensic imaging to create a bit-to-bit copy of the data source, hash calculation for all images and files, strict system log, keeping all operations documented, forensic report export. So DRS is a great computer data recovery and digital forensic tool. It even has some unique features that our competitors cannot achieve. However, there is one disadvantage about DRS. Because of some unique features of the DRS, it always comes with a DRS hardware unit to realize certain functions, and the system could not work without the hardware unit. So this is why we were not able to give free trials to our customers. So we decided to make a pure software version of DRS, which we can give away for free to let our customers have a trial with it before they can decide whether it is what they actually need. And we tried to do our best to keep as many great features as possible of the original DRS, but this time without the hardware unit. So this is DRS Preview. It is a pure software version of DRS, which we can offer free trials to our customers. But of course, some certain functions are not available without the hardware unit. Now let's see what's the main features of DRS and which of these features are available in DRS Preview. So basically, With DRS Preview, you can get all the features in file recovery and file carving. That is to say, DRS Preview has capability to deal with logical level data recovery situations, same as DRS hardware version. That is to say, you can solve problems like file deleted, partition formatted, and so on. And however, because there is no hardware unit, the firmware recovery and advanced imaging functions are not available in DRS Preview. So compared with DRS hardware version, DRS Preview has much less capability to deal with defective hard drives. But you can still get access to quick imaging, which is a foolproof high-speed imaging module with up to 12 GB per minute imaging speed. Also, some other important features such as a real-time disk power supply and data monitor and physical write blocker are not available in DRS Preview. Okay, now let's see in details. For the first part, file recovery and file carving, as I have just introduced, all features in this part are included in DRS Preview, giving you solutions to deleted, lost, corrupted file recovery, recover data from lost partitions, recover by file signature, RAID reconstruction, and fragmented file reconstruction. So as long as the disk is physically functioning and has no firmware issues, DRS Preview can help you get data back from all these logical data lost situations. For the second part, disk diagnostics and firmware recovery, you can still diagnose a hard disk's health condition and generate a diagnostic report to help you get better understanding of a disk status and decide how to recover its data. But the firmware recovery module is not available without the DRS hardware unit. So if the hard disk has firmware issues and cannot access its data, DRS hardware version is needed in order to recover the firmware. As for the aspects of disk imaging, quick imaging is still available in DRS Preview. Quick imaging is a high-speed imaging tool with up to 12 GB per minute imaging speed and a very user-friendly and easy-to-use interface. But defective disks with bad sectors can only be dealt with in advanced imaging. Advanced imaging is the best solution for disks with bad sectors. Hello? Hi guys, can you hear me? Sorry, just a minute. We seem to have lost the audios. Wait just a minute. Hello? Okay, so I think the audio is back. Now let's get back. We will start this page over. Disk imaging. As I said, quick imaging is still available in DRS Preview. Quick imaging is a high-speed imaging tool with up to 12 GB per minute imaging speed and a very user-friendly and easy-to-use interface. But defective disks with bad sectors can only be dealt with in advanced imaging. Advanced imaging is the best solution for disks with bad sectors. It can skip bad sectors to avoid operating system crash and copy data from the good sectors. This imaging method is a unique salvation data technology, while most of the data recovery tools have no capability to deal with defective disks with massive bad sectors. But please be noted, advanced imaging can only be accomplished with the help of DRS hardware unit. So this feature is also not included in DRS Preview. And some other features are also not included in DRS Preview, such as the real-time disk power supply and data monitor, and the physical write blocker embedded inside the DRS hardware unit. But of course, DRS Preview still has logical read-only feature to protect the data source from being modified. Okay, so this is all the introduction about the DRS Preview. Now let's see a simple demonstration of how the system works. Here I have prepared a demo disk. Please let me first attach this virtual hard disk. Now we can see this partition F, this demo partition. Let's say that I have saved some very important files. Maybe these pictures are very important to me, and somehow the pictures are lost. And the partition is also somehow corrupted. It is gone. And how can we recover the data from with DRS Preview? So here I am going to do two things. First, I'm going to delete this folder here. I'm going to completely delete this folder. And the next thing I'm going to do is to make this partition disappear. I'm going to do some sabotages. Okay. So I'm going to do some modification to the partition table and to sabotage the data structure. And this way the partition will be lost. Let's refresh the disk by bringing it online again. So now we can see that the disk is already gone. The partition is now invisible to us. So how can we recover data from such a kind of situation? The files are deleted by me, and the partitions were corrupted. I made some sabotages. The disk is now gone. We cannot see where the disk is. Okay, now let's go to DRS Preview. So this is DRS Preview. It has almost the same interface as DRS hardware version. It's just that some certain functions were not available without the hardware unit. Now let's go to file recovery and file carving, and let's load the virtual hard disk here. And now let's click it to scan for lost partitions. I think I have scanned this partition earlier this day, so the scanning result is already here. Let's see this partition marked in yellow. We can check this partition and press OK. So now the partition is recovered. It is now visible in DRS, while it is still not visible in our operating system. But now we can give it a quick scan to see if we can find the pictures that I have deleted. Now we can see the pictures. This folder is marked with a small red cross at the icon. All these pictures are now visible. We can preview these pictures by thumbnail view. We can check this folder to save all these lost files, to save them. And also sometimes you may encounter some other situations. For example, maybe the disk have some bad sectors, and what we can do to deal with a situation like this. First, how can we tell if a disk has massive bad sectors? We can go to disk diagnostics. Here, this module here. Switch. We can select the disk, go to scan for bad sectors, and the system will scan the responding speed of every sectors. This will tell you the health condition of this hard disk. And how does the bad sectors look like? Here I have prepared a picture to give you an idea. Let's see here the responding speed, the health condition of the sectors are marked with different colors. The black color marks the bad sectors. So if you see black blocks with a letter B on it, it means that the system has failed to read any data from this sector, and this is a physically damaged bad sector. If a hard disk has many bad sectors on it, the operating system will usually crash when you are trying to scan the disk. So how do we deal with the kind of situation like this? If you have the hardware version of DRS, you can go to advanced imaging. The advanced imaging will help you to skip the bad sectors without crashing your operating system. But because here in DRS Preview we have no hardware version, we don't have the hardware unit of DRS, so we'll have to make some others. We'll have to find some other solutions. Here we have a pattern scan in file recovery and file carving. So what exactly is this pattern scan? It is actually designed to avoid bad sectors and to save time when sometimes you don't want to scan the whole partition because it will take some time. For example, this partition here, we can see it has 700, almost 800 GB data in it. If we choose a deep scan or a row scan, it will take absolutely several hours to complete the process. But with pattern scan, the system will only scan the folders that you double clicked. So it will save a lot of time, and this way it will avoid running into sectors with bad sectors, so you will not crash your operating system. And this is designed for the situation where sometimes you know exactly where your files were stored. For example, here in this partition, I have saved my pictures. I know it is exactly where it is. It is in this demo folder. When I double click this folder, the system will only scan this demo folder and will not scan the whole disk. So the time is saved. As you can see, every time I'm pressing a folder, the system will scan this folder only. And here are my files that I wish to recover. Okay, so these are all the demonstration I have prepared for you guys today. I believe you may have a lot of questions in mind that you want to ask. So please leave your questions in a webinar. Later we will choose as many questions as possible to answer. Thank you for your interest. Okay guys, now let's check your questions about today's two new products. Our first question, can you acquire encrypted WhatsApp chats using SPA? Of course, for WhatsApp and many other third-party applications, even if the records were encrypted, we can analyze it and give you the text view, can help you to extract data from them. Second question, what about routing process? Does it have any built-in option or any third-party software for routing? Actually, in SPA, we don't have such kind of small tools, but if you are looking for a complete all-in-one solution for this kind of problems, we would recommend that you have a trial with our SPF smartphone forensic system, which is an all-in-one mobile forensic product of ours. And in SPF, there are many useful small tools integrated with SPF, such as the many tools to help you root a phone, to help you make a physical image out of a phone, and analyze and many other strange data from a strange operating system, such as the feature phones, Windows phones. So if you are really interested in these kind of solutions, we would like to recommend you that have a trial with our SPF system. And the next question is, can you extract data from locked cell phones like PIN code or fingerprint? This question is actually similar as the last one. SPA is not integrated with these kind of solutions, but we would like to recommend you the SPF system, which is integrated with different situations to deal with these kind of situations. Okay. Let's see some other questions. Another question, which other tools support the image of extracted made from SPA? Actually, currently, the only supported tool or software is our own mobile forensic product, the SPF system. But if you are really interested in making SPA supporting other tools that you wish to use, you can also absolutely contact us for the request. We can consider your request and add the support in the future. Another question, is the software compatible with Symbian and Windows Phone OS? Will be from Security Digital. Okay, so actually now the only operating system we support are the Android and iOS and BlackBerry OS. Windows Phone and Symbian is not yet supported in SPA, but it is also supported in the all-in-one mobile forensic product, the SPF system, sorry. But of course, we can definitely consider to add those operating system support in the future. Another question, do you extract deleted data from unallocated space? I think this question is for DRS preview, right? Actually, the demonstration I just showed you guys is actually a demonstration of how we extract data from an unallocated data area. Because the partition is somehow lost, I made some sabotages with the partition, so the partition is lost. It become an unallocated data area. And we also have a row scan, which is a recovery method by file signature. This recovery technology does not have to have a file system to do the data recovery. So this is absolutely capable. DRS Preview is absolutely capable of dealing with data recovery situations with unallocated data space. Okay. Okay, another question. Does DRS Preview support data-only imaging features? Yes. Here is when you are doing disk imaging, here is an option to choose your data source. You can choose to image the whole disk, and you can also choose to only image the valid data from the phone. From the disk. I think this is what you were asking. And another question, what is the recommended process flow when recovering any drive using DRS? Okay, so this is a very typical question. The recommended process is, of course, when you receive a hard disk the first priority is to get a full understanding of the health condition of this hard drive to determine how to recover its data. For example, if you receive a hard disk, you must first check for its appearance, if you can locate any physical damage to the hard disk, and then if you think the disk looks fine, you can give it power and listen to the sounds when it is spinning up. You listen for the strange noise to know if there is any head problem. And of course, when you are connecting the drive to the DRS to our DRS system, the first recommended option is to do the preliminary diagnostics of the disk's health condition. The DRS will help you to identify if there are firmware problems or physical problems if the disk is functioning well. Then if the disk has firmware problems, you will need our DRS hardware unit to do the firmware repair. And then when you have managed to repair the firmware, the next step is to do the disk imaging in most of the forensic case, because you normally it is the standard process to make an image and then to do the analysis. When you have finished the imaging process, you can go to the logical data recovery process to look for evidentiary data. Okay, so I think our time is limited, and maybe these are all the questions that we are allowed to give you today. But please be all of your questions will be answered later. We will follow up the emails to give you answers to your questions. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us in this webinar. We will look forward to see you guys again very soon. Thank you so much.